Hello and welcome to Tier 32's Orion mobile training. In this training, you will learn how to add a new customer into the system using Orion on your mobile device. To access the new customer form, select New Customer from the main menu. When this page is first loaded, Orion will attempt to use your device's GPS function to pull in the address for the location you are standing, then populate the fields for you. If the address that is pulled is incorrect, you can click on the GPS refresh button, which is the compass button located here. If you find that refreshing GPS is still pulling in the wrong address, try moving closer to the house and then try again. You can also manually edit the fields or pull the last run address by clicking the arrow button in case the next house just needs a few number changes. Once you have checked the address is correct, you can click on the homeowner lookup button located here. This will pull in the homeowner's name based on a data lookup from the county records. Keep in mind that this name will be the homeowner and not a renter. At this point, enter in any additional information needed, then click Save. You can save the customer without the phone number, date of birth, or social security number if you just want to save it on a knock sheet. This may be the case if no one is home or maybe you want to return later. If you are ready to run a verify, then go ahead and fill in the phone number and either the date of birth or social security number. Then click the Save button. The page will refresh and prompt you that no verifications have been run. At the bottom of the page, you will be given a drop-down of credit check bureaus to choose from and 3 options to authorize running the credit check. Please check with your manager to determine which credit bureau to use. The first permission listed is the signed AMA prequal. When selected, this option will allow you to enter the barcode listed on the signed AMA. The second permission is the digital signature, which allows the customer to sign with their finger or a stylus on the device's screen. Orion will capture the digital signature and save it on the bottom of the screen and on the main corporate site. The third option is a pre-screen, which runs a soft hit that won't affect the customer's credit score but is not a full verification. Your company must be previously set up for pre-screens in order to use this option. After these options have been selected, click Verify to run the credit or Save to save the account for future use. The verification will be processed and you will see a message at the top of the screen with the Verify results. Because this is a demo system, the customer came back as a no hit. If the Verify had returned a passing score, then a Next button would appear here, which you would then click to continue on with the sale. No hits are common, especially on a pre-screen that does not have a social security number to help us locate the customer in the bureau's systems. You can see at the top of the screen a message that prompts you what to do for a no hit. We can either add in the social security number or try another homeowner. Once you have either exhausted all of the credit report options or you have received a good score, you can click the Save button or Close below. This will take you to the customer details screen. When we've created the customer and run the verify with a passing score, we come to the customer details screen, and at the bottom of the screen, Orion has the customer setup button. Clicking this takes us to several menus that allow the rep to set up the customer without calling into the call center. The first step is to select the package options. On the top, you can see an MMR range. This will be updated as we go through and select the package so the rep knows the range they can work with. To begin, first select if the account is a new install or takeover. Select the system from the drop-down menu. When you select a system, the package options in number 2 are updated to only those that go with this specific system. When a package is selected, you are given a list of included equipment and any device options that may be necessary, such as different types of cameras or different colored locks. Not all packages have a device selection, so for example, if we had chosen the interactive, there are no further selections. Down below, you can see a Services tab in number 3. Below the menu will show you the services that are automatically included with the package you've selected. There is also the option to add more services by selecting from the drop-down and clicking Add. This will create an additional services header with the guard service option that was just added. You can add as many additional services as the customer wants that can be included with the package. There's also an option to remove a service that has been added by clicking the X next to the service name. As the services are added, the MMR range also updates to account for those additions. The MMR range that can be used for this particular package is now $36.99 to $58.99. Once you confirm that your package options are correct, click the Next button, which will take you to the Rep Given Equipment section. The equipment that is automatically given to the customer based on the package chosen is listed in the Equipment Given menu. You know they are included because of the abbreviation shown to the right. If you want to add additional equipment, select the piece from the drop-down, select the quantity, select the type, and click Add Equipment. To make the process quicker, 5 types of equipment can be added at a time. If this were a takeover account and there is existing equipment, select the piece from the drop-down, select the quantity, and select the type existing. Now you can see all of the equipment below with the notes indicating included, new, or existing equipment. To delete equipment, click the X next to the name. Once you have checked over the equipment listed to be sure it is correct, click the Next button and you will go to the Contract Terms section. Here you will fill out all of the contract term menus provided. Note that the asterisks indicate required fields. First is the contract term. Next you will choose the MMR rate. Note that the MMR range is the same as the one listed on the package menu, but now there are deduction and bonus amounts listed next to each option. For example, if you were to choose the MMR price $49.99, you know it will be a $245 deduction. Next, select the MMR billing method. The first billing date, the billing day of the month, the VIP service amount, if any, the activation fee, and whether or not the activation fee will be paid in full on the first payment. If your company chooses, the activation fee can be split up over 3 months depending on the customer's credit score. From there, enter in the amount the customer will be paying towards the equipment, if any, the customer's email if provided, the customer's phone number if it wasn't added previously, and the abort code. Once you've looked over the page and made sure everything looks correct, select Next, which will take you to the Payment Information menu. The MMR billing was already determined on the previous screen, but this allows you to split up billing between different payment methods. For example, if the customer wants to pay with a check for activation first month and equipment, but wants to pay EFT for ongoing monthly payments, you can split up the payment types here. First select Check. Enter in the check number, then check what the payment is going towards. In this situation, you would deselect the MMR box because the check is going towards all other options. When finished, select Add Payment. This adds a new box to the payment methods that indicates the customer is paying for the first month, activation, and equipment using the specific check listed. Now we need to add the EFT payment method for the ongoing billing. Select EFT from the menu. Add in the routing number, add the account number, select the bank account type, enter in the bank name, deselect first MMR, activation, and equipment, leaving the MMR payment checked, then click Add Payment. Now we can see that we've split out billing between the 2 billing methods listed. If you've made a mistake, just click the X to the right of the billing method to remove it and re-enter the information. Then hit Next. The final menu is the emergency contacts. First, enter in the cross street of the customer's house so emergency services can find it easier. From there, enter in the emergency contact's name, relationship to the customer, phone number, phone type, and whether or not they have a key to the house. Click Add when finished, and the contact will appear in the blue Contacts menu. If there is an error with the contact, click the X next to their name and re-enter the information. Hit Next when finished. This will take you back to the main setup page. If you don't have time to finish, you can always click back and it will save the information until you complete it. Clicking the Setup Complete button will check all the fields in all the menus to be sure everything was entered correctly. If something was entered wrong, a message will pop up telling you which fields need to be completed. You cannot continue with the sale if there is missing information when you hit Setup Complete. If all information is correct, hitting Setup Complete will save the information and take you back to the Customer Details page. At the top of the screen, you will see a new message prompting you to call into the call center for the first quality assurance call. At this point, Orion recognizes that the setup is complete and it is time for you to confirm the entered information via the first QA. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a button called Request Technician. Hitting that button will send a text to the lead tech or designated scheduler indicating this customer is ready for the installation. To see when the rep requested the tech, when the tech was assigned, whether or not the tech canceled the request, and the ETA for the technician, click this button above the Notes section. This tracks communication between the rep and tech. Thank you for tuning into our Orion Mobile Customer Setup Training video. If you have any problems or are unsure how to proceed, please contact your supervisor for further instruction.